Most of us dream of being a millionaire. We imagine what we'd do if we suddenly won the lottery, but those numbers are nothing compared to the world's truly mega-rich. As of March 2024, Bernardano is the world's richest person, with a fortune of about $230 billion. Elon Musk, with roughly $210 billion, Jeff Bezos with $199 billion, and Bill Gates with $128 billion, followed closely. These people are unbelievably wealthy, but don't even make the list of the richest people in history. There have been kings, emperors, and business tycoons from the past who were even richer when you adjusted their wealth for today's money. A king from Africa had so much wealth that economists could only guess his enormous net worth. So, let's see who this man was who held the title of richest person ever. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. History says it was Mansa Musa, king of the 14th century Mali Empire in Africa. So, how rich was he? His wealth was beyond anything we can imagine, and historians can't even put a number on it. Most economic historians say Mansa Musa was worth about $400 billion today, but honestly, that's probably way too low. It could even be an insult to how much he truly had. Who was Mansa Musa? Most of what we know about Mansa Musa comes from Arab historians of that time. He was born in 1280 and became king in 1312. Before becoming king, he served as a vice president to his predecessor, Abu Bakr II, when Abu Bakr sailed off with 2,000 ships to explore the Atlantic Ocean. But after that, Abu Bakr mysteriously disappeared. He and his giant fleet were never found. This left a power vacuum, and Mansa Musa took over the throne. Mali was already a large empire when Mansa Musa took over, but he made it even bigger. He conquered about 24 cities, expanding Mali from the Atlantic Ocean to what is now Niger. But why did Mali grow so powerful? Strong economic growth was due to the abundance of valuable resources, especially gold and salt. In fact, some sources say Mali controlled almost half the world's gold at the time. Mansa Musa used this wealth to build big trading centers within the empire, making himself the richest ruler in history. Fame and wealth go hand in hand, but that wasn't always the case. Centuries ago, most people had never heard of the Empire of Mali or its incredibly rich king, Mansa Musa. That changed in 1324 when Mansa Musa, a devout Muslim, went on a pilgrimage to Mecca. The trip that changed economies. This wasn't your average trip. He traveled with a huge crew of around 60,000 people, including his entire royal court, soldiers, and thousands of slaves. They brought goats, sheep, and tons of gold. Basically, it was a whole moving city. Everyone, even the slaves, wore fancy clothes. The camels were loaded down with gold. Mansa Musa was generous, handing out gold wherever he went. This made him famous, but it had a downside too. He gave away so much gold in Egypt that it messed up their economy for years. After his trip to Mecca, Mansa Musa tried to fix some financial problems in his kingdom. He borrowed a lot of gold from lenders in Egypt, but they charged him very high interest. For a short time, he controlled the entire gold market. What happened to Musa and his empire? Mansa Musa was known for giving away gold during his journey, but he also expanded his empire. He took over new lands, including Gao and the important city of Timbuktu. In Timbuktu, he built schools, libraries, and mosques, making it a center of culture and trade. One mosque, Jingoreba, is still there today. Mansa Musa also founded Sankore University, which became a famous Islamic learning place with an enormous collection of books. Mansa Musa's pilgrimage made him famous. News of his fancy caravan and all the gold he spent along the way reached Europe. They even started trading with European cities like Venice and Genoa. We know this happened because a famous map from Spain, the Catalan Atlas, was made in 1375 and shows Mali. The Spanish mapmaker Abraham Cresques showed Mansa Musa on his throne in Timbuktu, holding a big chunk of gold. This helped create the European myth of Timbuktu as a faraway, super-rich city. It's not totally clear what happened after Mansa Musa went home. He might have died in 1332 or maybe 1337. Anyway, his sons became the new rulers, but they weren't able to hold the empire together. While the Mali Empire faded, the legend of Mansa Musa and his crazy wealth just kept growing. So, was Mansa Musa just a super-rich king or something more? We've only scratched the surface of his fascinating story. What would Mansa Musa buy in today's world with that crazy money? Let us know what you think in the comments below. We will see you in the next one.